Hello guys, welcome back to another video, and today is the day, it's Thursday, and it's the day that I've been mentioning that it would be the most volatility day of the week. We have arrived on Thursday. We have plenty of data releases for today, around 4, 6, 7 p.m. and we're going to be discussing a bit of those data, mainly for Europe, okay, mainly for Eurozone. We have German, we have French, we have Eurozone in overall as well, and we have some quite other that we can discuss later on the video. Right, so before we start, please subscribe to the channel, give us a thumbs up, share this content with a friend, and if you have any questions, just put down in the comments. I will definitely try to read those and make sure to respond if you have any questions. And don't forget that today we have a webinar from 5 to 6 p.m. So if you haven't yet registered yourself, go into the description of the video and register yourself so you can receive the link on your email. Okay, let's go. So we have some data releases for today, starting at 6:15. We got French manufacturing PMI and then French manufacturing PMI and French services PMI. Both of them are expected to have a bit of increase. Okay, so the consensus for the manufacturing PMI is at 44.9 from the previous of 44.6, so 0.3% higher than what is expected from the previous. The services PMI is expected to be 49.8 from the previous of 49.6, so 0.2% higher is still better than nothing. Then we go for 6:30 German manufacturing PMI and services PMI as well. So we got already again expected to be the same as equal or a bit higher. So the consensus for manufacturing PMI is at 40.7 from the previous of 40.6, and then we got services PMI with 50.6 from the previous of 50.6. So no changes for the services. Really interesting if those readings of the services came in higher than what was expected. This would definitely generate some good volatility, good bullish volatility for the euro. We're going to definitely discuss this a little bit more tonight on the webinar. Later on the day at 7 p.m. we have manufacturing and services PMI for the euro area. So this is the most important one. Of course, we can't just negotiate the French and the German because they are both important as well. My trade idea would be if French PMI come in higher and German PMI come in higher, I would be shorting gold, okay? And if you want to know the reason behind why I would be shorting gold and what does the French and German manufacturing PMIs and services PMIs have to do with gold, be ready for tonight on the webinar, okay? So if you haven't, again, I'm going to say if you haven't yet registered yourself, do it now on the description of the link. On the link on the description. Then again, so manufacturing PMI and services PMI at 7 p.m. for euro area. Consensus is expected to be 45.1 from the previous 45 for the manufacturing PMI. So again, 0.1% higher than the previous they're expecting. And the services PMI is expected to be 51.5 from the previous 51.4. So 0.1%, a little bit higher than the previous. Then we go for composed PMIs and services PMIs as well, manufacturing PMI for UK at 7:30 p.m. And then later on the day at 11:30 p.m. we're going to have initial jobless claims and continued jobless claims for USA. That's going to be really, really important as well. So we got initial jobless claim consensus to 243,000 from the previous 241,000, so expected to be 2,000 higher than the previous. And the continued jobless claims to be 1,880,000 from the previous of 1,867,000. Again, expected to be a little bit higher than the previous. Then we go for tomorrow. And then tomorrow at midnight 45, we're going to have manufacturing PMIs and services PMIs for USA. They are expecting to be mixed sort of set of data. Okay, for the manufacturing PMI for the month of October, the previous was 47.3 and now the consensus is 47.5, so better than the previous. But for the services PMI, they're expecting 55 from the previous of 55.2, so 0.2 lower than what was expected. And then we have new home sales and some others on the data, on the release of the data. But as I say, plenty of things happening tonight. So stay tuned. You know, be cautious, because there is a lot of risk volatility coming up to always. Guys, I hope everyone could get something out of this. Don't forget, tonight I will be giving my trade ideas. I will be teaching you, everyone, how I will analyze this data. So be ready for the webinar from 5 to 6 p.m. I'll see you tonight on the webinar, or I'll see you in the next video. But don't forget, subscribe to the channel and give us a thumbs up. See you guys. Bye-bye.